10 years ago, Haier was just your traditional home appliance manufacturer. Fast forward 10 years, and it became the world's first entirely zero-tier, flat organization. The architect behind this whole thing? A visionary named Zhang Ruimin. But what exactly did he do to turn a massive, sluggish corporate aircraft carrier with over 1 million employees into a highly agile fleet of microships? If you're a business owner or a manager currently pulling your hair out over organizational transformation, buckle up. This deep dive into Haier's business case is going to completely flip how you think about management.
Think about that quote for a second. It sounds dramatic, right? But it is a stark, shocking reality. Imagine taking a globally recognized, rigidly structured, top-down corporation and literally smashing it from the inside out. They dismantled their traditional hierarchy to survive the internet age. It's honestly one of the most ruthless, yet fascinating organizational experiments in modern business history. All of the incredible insights we're unpacking today come straight from this deep dive into the practical wisdom of Zhang Ruimin. This text really breaks down the underlying philosophy and the real-world mechanics of how he pulled off this unprecedented corporate revolution. We're going to decode the exact logic behind his brilliance. We've got a super clear roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with the phenomenon, what actually happened at Haier, then we'll decode the principles, the management revolution behind it all. And finally, we'll wrap up with the practice, giving you highly actionable takeaways you can use in your own business today. Let's get into it. All right, let's jump right into part 1 and look at this wild mutation. Because it wasn't just a minor structural tweak, it was a full-blown evolutionary leap to survive a totally new era. The sheer contrast here is mind-blowing. The old way, a rigid pyramid where middle management dictated absolutely everything, and employees were basically just machines executing commands. Today, Haier is a decentralized platform populated by self-organizing microenterprises. Everyone is a CEO. Picture this. A few low-level employees working on gaming laptops completely bypassed the old bureaucracy, formed their own micro-team, and incubated a startup that eventually hit a valuation of over 100 million. That is the terrifying power of a self-organizing team. To really wrap your head around the massive scale of this, think about the number 90,000. That's how many independent logistics vehicles operate in Haier's network. But here's the kicker. Those 90,000 drivers, they are no longer traditional employees. They are literally independent micro-enterprises running on the platform. They act like autonomous CEOs grabbing orders, and their service quality isn't evaluated by some manager sitting in a corner office. It's rated directly by the end user. Do a great job, you get more business. Underperform, the market phases you out. It completely transforms passive execution into proactive, entrepreneurial fire. So, how did Zhang Ruimin actually pull this off without the whole company collapsing into chaos? Let's dive into part 2 and decode the core principles driving this management revolution. One of the most controversial moves was eliminating middle management, which Zhang famously compared to cooked geese. Why cooked geese? Because they have no sensory nerves left. They can't feel the market's actual temperature. Firing middle management wasn't just about cutting costs. It was about destroying internal insulation walls, so decision-making power could be handed directly back to the people actually talking to customers. Zhang grounds this radical shift in some incredibly deep philosophy, like the Ming Dynasty scholar Wang Yangming's concept of the unity of knowledge and action. Think about it. If an employee knows exactly what the customer wants, that's the knowledge, but they're paralyzed by bureaucratic red tape and can't take action, the whole system is broken. Your organizational structure literally has to let knowledge instantly convert into market action.
He also taps into economist F.A. Hayek's theories and even Plato's cave. In the old pyramid, frontline workers were like prisoners in a cave, staring at shadows, just blindly following orders. Destroying the hierarchy pulled them out into the real sunlight. Hayek argued that central planning wastes human knowledge because true market knowledge is dispersed among millions of individuals. Relying on self-organized evolution is messy, painful, and super competitive, but it is the absolute only way to adapt and survive.
Which brings us to the ultimate secret sauce, rendanhe. It literally means aligning the employee directly with the user. Let me give you a completely relatable example. A frontline cleaning lady at Haier noticed that a specific feature on a washing machine was practically never used by customers. Under the old system, she'd just keep her mouth shut. Under rendanhe, she is directly accountable to the user, so she proposed simplifying the design. Her idea was fast-tracked and saved the company millions. When the user becomes your real boss, the potential is limitless. Because of this, the traditional concept of an employee or a professional manager is completely dead at Hire. They've been replaced by creative entrepreneurs or makers. Hire isn't just manufacturing appliances anymore. They are mass-producing entrepreneurs. Okay, the philosophy is brilliant, right? But let's get down to earth. In part 3, we're going to look at how you, whether you're an SME owner or a mid-level manager, can actually apply these massive concepts to your daily grind.
If your business is stuck in a rut, your roles have to change immediately. The CEO can no longer be a dictator. You have to become a platform builder who provides resources. Middle managers, you need to evolve from bosses into investors who incubate frontline startups. And your employees need to start thinking exactly like CEOs, proactively hunting for ways to create direct user value.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. If I decentralize my company tomorrow, it's going to be absolute chaos. Where do I even begin without burning the place down? Don't worry, you don't have to blow up your company overnight. Based on Hire's playbook, we've extracted 3 incredibly actionable, totally manageable steps you can start implementing literally tomorrow morning. Action 1, the 15-minute daily reflection. Challenge yourself and your team to spend exactly 15 minutes at the end of every day asking one brutal question. Did the work I did today directly create tangible value for our users? If the answer is no, it's fake work. Cut it out. This builds relentless market awareness across your whole team. Action 2, tear down those insulation walls. Force cross-department collaboration. Stop letting marketing only talk to marketing and R&D only talk to R&D. Pull them together into a single micro team focused on one specific user project. Anyone who blocks that flow of information is a wall that needs to be permanently smashed. Action 3, let data do the talking, not job titles. We've all been in those meetings where the highest paid person's opinion wins, right? Stop that. Empower your frontline with raw data. When market facts drive decisions instead of upper management egos, that is when real bottom-up innovation finally sparks.
This quote from Zhang Ruimin is just a total gut punch. There are no successful companies, only companies of the times. Whatever massive success you've had over the last decade offers absolutely zero protection in today's hyper-fast internet age. If you don't adapt, you die. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Look around your own organization right now. Is it a rigid, sluggish pyramid just waiting to be disrupted? Or are you ready to break it down and evolve it into a living, breathing ecosystem of creators? The choice is yours. Start breaking down those walls. Thanks for joining this deep dive, and we'll catch you in the next one.